Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy Fitzmonk TV here, aka G133, and I'm back here today. We're talking about Sasha Banks, we're talking about Paul Heyman, because we have some new backstage details on Sasha Banks' promo for Monday Night Raw this week. I discussed it a lot in my Monday Night Raw review. If you guys haven't seen that video yet, it is live on the channel, so go check that out and then come back to this video. But Sasha Banks last night, or whenever you're watching this video, Sasha Banks revealed a little bit into why she was gone from WWE after WrestleMania. She also went into details on why she was gone, the defending the tag team titles with Bayley, Becky Lynch, etc., and why she's back. I said on my review that there's still stuff that they're holding back from this situation, and I definitely know why. All right, you don't want Sasha to put all her cards on the table just like that, or the storyline will become bland, boring, very, very quickly. And I've been on the record saying for months is Sasha Banks and Bayley. That's a WrestleMania worthy program. All right. I at first I wasn't really for Sasha Banks and Bayley or Sasha Banks and Becky happening right away. All right, happening right away because, like I said, that's a WrestleMania worthy program. That's on the level of Becky versus Ronda or Ronda versus Charlotte, etc., etc. All right, that's a WrestleMania worthy program right there. And for them to just have that be the first program that they throw Sasha Banks in right as she comes back, I at first was against the idea. I thought they should more just have Sasha Banks run through the entire women's division, run through everybody on Monday Night Raw, and then work her way up to Becky Lynch. But I understand, Sasha Banks, she's back, she's fired up, and you really don't want to waste any time because Sasha Banks, she doesn't trust Vince McMahon. She doesn't trust Kevin Dunn. She doesn't trust WWE Creative when it comes to long-term storylines because she knows at any second the way Vince McMahon's mind works, Vince McMahon could change his ideas just like that with the snap of a finger, and it's disappointing. So it's important for now that Sasha's back right away. You have to build her up. You have to push her to the moon as much as you can because you don't know if WWE's going to continue pushing Sasha Banks when it comes in the WrestleMania season and etc. And if they don't, Sasha Banks should honestly just leave again and just wait for a contract to expire or try to get out and then go to AEW where she'll be treated right. All right, but so far, for the most part, I've been very happy with what they've been doing with Sasha Banks since she came back. I love her new attitude. I love her new look. I've loved almost everything she's done. The only small blemish is her promo for Monday night, and it's not her fault. All right, it felt like WWE just executed it wrong. First of all, New Orleans, that was a very, very poor crowd. All right, a very poor crowd. Honestly, I don't know why that crowd was so weak, especially for a crowd that just hosted WrestleMania last year. I don't know why the people in the Smoothie Center, I believe that's what it's called, the Smoothie Center were so weak. But New Orleans was a dead crowd. They barely had any reaction to Sasha Banks or her promo, which should not be the case at all. The whole point of everything they're doing with Sasha Banks right now is to make her, get that heel heat from the fans and build her up for Becky Lynch as a formidable challenger, even though she already is. She doesn't need to be built up, but you guys understand they're turning her heel, and you want her to be the biggest heel possible. So when we see Becky and Sasha finally clash, it's going to be something incredible and something that we all want to see. But Sasha Banks' promo on Monday night, it wasn't bad, it wasn't terrible, it just didn't feel executed correctly. All right, she was going from many different topics, and it seems like she was kind of trying to rush through it a little bit. And new backstage details have come out that Paul Heyman has been the one behind Sasha Banks' character the last couple weeks. He's the one that wanted Sasha to come back as a heel. He's the one that's been writing for Sasha to have this new attitude. And, I love Paul Heyman. I trust Paul Heyman, all right? But at the end of the day, all of the big decisions go through Vince McMahon. And I can't happen to think that Vince McMahon is kind of screwing Sasha Banks a little bit, especially with the promo she gave last night. It was a good promo, but it could have been so much better. All right, this was supposed to be Sasha Banks' moment to pull a CM Punk pipe bomb. All right, and it was a good promo for what it was, but it could have been a lot better in my eyes. All right, it's been reported that Paul Heyman was the one that wrote most of Sasha's promo last night, and we've seen, especially one of the most recent examples is Ronda Rousey. If you guys remember, Ronda Rousey was working exclusively with Paul Heyman on most of her promos. Paul Heyman was writing, and Ronda Rousey was there for most of the promos. And Ronda had some banger promos. Not gonna sit here and lie to you. She had some really, really, really good promos. But some of her promos, she would just go on and on and on. She would just say some stuff that wasn't needed to be said. And I don't blame that all on Paul Heyman. Some of that I have to put on Ronda because, Ronda doesn't have that experience. Remember, Ronda Rousey, in the 1 year she was with WWE, she did a very good job. But you could tell she definitely had moments where, you could tell that she was new at this. Sasha Banks, she's a seasoned vet. I sit here all the time and say she's the best women's wrestler in the world because I mean it. I believe it. She's proven it to me since way back in NXT. She's proven to me over the last 5-6 years that she is the best in the world at what she does. All right? And last night on Raw was supposed to be one of those moments where, she comes out and says, she did say in her promo how she is the standard bearer for the women's division, and she is. All right? In my opinion, she's the best, but most people look at, Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, Sasha, the 4 horsewomen. Those 4 are the 4 women that will define this era of women's wrestling. They have been, and they will continue to do so over years and years to come until, they retire or they leave WWE or whatever. All right? But Sasha's promo, she's a seasoned veteran, and everyone's been waiting for her to speak. And last night was her chance to kill it. Most of the time when it comes to WWE, you only get one shot to make it big. And unfortunately, her promo didn't deliver all the way like it should have. All right? And I don't blame Sasha for that. Or maybe, I do, maybe a little bit Paul Heyman and Sasha. I don't know how long they've been working together. All right, I'm going to assume for right now they've been just working together since Sasha's come back. So maybe Paul Heyman doesn't truly understand, Sasha and everything she wants to do. And I'm also gonna go out on a limb and believe that Sasha was not allowed to say everything she wanted to say because remember, they're not gonna let Sasha come out and say anything she wants. It's a PG show first of all, and it's Vince's company, so Sasha can't just come out and then blast Vince and everything like that unless Vince gives permission per storyline. All right, I still think there's still plenty of time to save this feud. In my opinion, Sasha versus Becky, other than the promo that Sasha gave, the build-up has been done very nicely. I know Becky and Seth were not on Monday Night Raw because, they're celebrating their engagement, all that. And I didn't mind Becky not being there last night. You need Sasha there because you need someone to keep the women's division going. And she is the standard bearer for the women's division. She's the best in the world, so you need her there. All right, you need her there, especially since, she's only been back a couple weeks now. Someone has to build up their program. I expect next week Sasha versus Becky to be confirmed for Night Champions. I'm on the record saying this should be the main event of Clash of Champions. All right, it should not be Seth versus Braun, but it probably will be. But in my opinion, it should be Sasha versus Becky. It's the hottest feud on the main roster right now, in my opinion. All right, when the Clash of Champions is when we should see Sasha become champion. Becky would be way better in the chaser role, and we saw this on the road to WrestleMania. All right, with the Ronda Rousey feud, Becky is much better as a chaser than a champion, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I love Becky Lynch. I love Sasha even more, but in my opinion, Sasha has to win the championship at Clash Champions, or all her momentum goes away, and basically all this bring her back, having her dye her hair blue, all this work you have done to build her as a heel basically goes away. I'm trusting Paul. I don't trust Vince McMahon. I don't trust Kevin Dunn. I'm trusting Paul Heyman for now that somehow he'll keep Sasha strong. And, this won't be the last time. Sasha will probably get their chance to fix the mistakes from the promo from last night. All right. I expect sometime in the next couple of weeks. I still think we have 2-3 weeks to go to Clash Champions. I expect Sasha and Becky to have some kind of contract signing. And when Sasha and Becky finally have that face-to-face, that's when I think we're going to see Sasha deliver some of her best stuff. Because we know Sasha. If you just look up on YouTube, Sasha's had some epic promo moments. All right. Last night wasn't one of them. It wasn't a bad promo. It was a pretty good promo, but it could have been a lot better. All right. I hope Paul Heyman continues to work with Sasha. Last night, was a little blunder, but I think they could recover. In my opinion, this has the chance to be one of the best rivalries of the year. All right. I don't think it could top, what Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole have done, but still, it has, at least from the main roster perspective. Hopefully Sasha and Becky can be one of the best, if not the best feud we see all year on the main roster. There's still a lot of time. Let's see what happens next week. And then hopefully, Sasha gets a chance to deliver the fire pipe bomb promo we're all waiting for. And let me know in the comment section what you guys think of Paul Heyman working with Sasha Banks' character. Paul Heyman is the guy basically framing this heel Sasha Banks. So far I've loved it. Other than, just the small blunder in the promo last night. But, it is what it is. Things can be fixed. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, guys. Peace.